Hey everybody, this is Eric from GameShampoo.com, and today I'm going to be taking a little break from the normal coverage of video games to talk about Magic. There was an Avacyn Restored launch event over the weekend, and a friend and I went, and we ended up playing a two-headed giant game and a normal launch event game, so we ended up getting 10 booster packs in total, and I was lucky enough to get 2 rare cards in one of those packs. So today I'm going to show you some of the legendary and rare cards that I received in those packs. I ended up getting a lot of stuff that had already been released in spoilers, so if this is if you've already seen some of this stuff, then I apologize, but let's get started. First off, we've got Alchemist's Refuge. It's a rare land card. You tap and add 1 to your mana pool, tap forest and an island along with it, and you can cast cards, non-land cards, as if they had flash. So that's really useful. It's going to be pretty tricky. Next we've got 3 black cards. Now the theme of this series is kind of everybody versus black, so you're going to find that a lot of black cards have really destructive effects, and they can end up hurting you just as badly as hurting the enemy, and this one is a good example of that. Descent into Madness. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a despair counter on Descent of Madness, then each player exiles X permanents he or she controls and or cards from his or her hand, where X is the number of despair counters on Descent into Madness. So that can be really dangerous if played as a last resort, but don't screw yourself over. Then they got Killing Wave. For each creature, its controller sacrifices it unless he or she pays X life. Again, pretty destructive card. And then Demonic Rising. At the beginning of your end step, if you control exactly 1 creature, put a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying onto the battlefield. So that's a really good card that actually helped us out a lot during the pre-release games. And then we've got Archwing Dragon, the only rare red card I got. But this guy's pretty good. Flying, haste, and at the beginning of your end step, you return it to your hand. So, you know, it's very rarely in danger of actually dying, just as long as you can keep tossing it out every turn. And then we've got Deadeye Navigator. This is a spirit card. This series is pretty heavy on spirits as well as angels, which is awesome for me because I love spirits. They're very tricky, and this is the first rare card I have, I think the only rare card I have actually, that uses the new Soul Bond effect, where you may pair this creature with another creature and then they both get good effects. So as long as Deadeye Navigator is paired with another creature, each of those creatures has tap 2, exile this creature, then return it to the battlefield under your control. So that's really good for preventing damage to your creatures. Then we've got Captain of the Mists. He's a human wizard, and there are some really great humans in here as well. I forgot to mention. Whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, untap Captain of the Mists, and you may tap or untap target permanent. Again, that's quite helpful. And then here I was lucky enough to get Bruna, Light of Alabaster. She costs 2 white and 1 blue mana, and then 3 generic mana to play. A legendary angel, flying, vigilance, 5/5. Whenever she attacks or blocks, you may attach any number of auras on the battlefield, and you may put onto the battlefield attached to it any number of aura cards that could enchant it from your graveyard or hand. So that is an amazing card. You can basically just attack with it or block with it, and then just stick all of the enchantments that you have and that your enemy has on it, and just power it up to ridiculous proportions. It's awesome. Then we've got Avacyn, Angel of Hope. Again, a legendary creature, flying, vigilance, 8/8, and she and other permanents you control are indestructible. So you can see that, and that would make a pretty great combination, for example, or, I mean, she and pretty much anything, really. She makes it all indestructible. And then here we've got Angel of Jubilation. Flying 3/3 and other non-black creatures you control get 1/1. So that's an example of what I said earlier, how this theme is basically everybody is beating on black. And then players can't pay life or sacrifice creatures to cast spells or activate abilities. So, I mean, that's a great card to have regardless of what kind of deck you're playing against, but because of that last thing right there, you're going to find that it's especially good against red because you have to like sacrifice and pay life a lot to cast red spells. And then finally, Riders of Gavany. This is a really excellent human card. It only costs 4 to put out. 3/3 with Vigilance. As Riders of Gavany enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Human creatures you control have protection from creatures of the chosen type. So, for example, I'm running a Humans and Angels deck right now, and during one of the pre-release games, I threw out a bunch of humans, and then I threw out Riders of Gavany, gave them all protection from other humans, so my opponent's human deck was basically useless. So that is a fantastic card. So those are the rares that I got in my booster packs. I'll probably do another video covering the uncommons and a few of the commons, although there are so many that I don't know if it's really reasonable to cover them all. But look for those too. Yeah, and thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos.